From the shocking height of the shoebill stork to the boneless insides of the blobfish, there is more to nature's creatures than you think. Our planet Earth has proven time and time again that not only does it have stunning scenery, but it also houses weird animals that scientists are still trying to understand. Join us as we reveal the 20 strangest animals in the world and what makes them attractive, unique, or absolutely terrifying. Number 20. Saiga antelope. The saiga is an animal widely known for its unique and impressive physical feature. It formerly inhabited the expansive steppes of Central Asia in large groups, comprising millions of saiga antelope. This grouping reportedly rivaled the contemporary mass migration of wildebeests in East Africa. The saiga antelope's most striking physical characteristic is its weirdly shaped nose, a bulbous and bizarre appendage that has evolved to enable the species to thrive in its native habitat, where it faces extreme temperature fluctuations and harsh conditions. The swollen nostrils act as a built-in air filter and temperature regulator, cooling the blood in the scorching summer heat and warming the cold air in the winter. Its thick winter coat, which sheds in warmer weather, also undergoes seasonal color changes. It transforms from a bright yellow-red color in the summer to a pale grayish-brown color in the winter, with white ventral parts and a hint of brown on the belly and neck. In some cases, it turns to a sandy color in Mongolian varieties. Although the saiga is exceptionally well suited to the unforgiving environment of its preferred remote and wilderness areas, it is very vulnerable to the dangers posed by human activities. In fact, in the 19th century, it almost went extinct by unchecked hunting, a fate similar to that of the bison in North America, which was nearly wiped out by unrestrained hunting during the same period. Number 19. Long-nosed monkey. The long-nosed monkey is a very large species, ranking among the biggest monkey species in Asia, with only a few others, such as the Tibetan macaque and some gray langurs, close in size. It has a distinctive long coat that varies in color, with the fur on its back ranging from bright orange to reddish-brown, yellowish-brown, or brick red. The underfur is lighter in color, appearing in shades of light gray, yellowish, grayish, or light orange. Interestingly, infant long-nosed monkeys are born with blue-colored faces that gradually darken to gray by 2.5 months and eventually become cream-colored like the adults by 8.5 months. Both male and female long-nosed monkeys have unique physical features in the form of bulging stomachs that give them a pot-bellied appearance. The long-nosed monkey's unusual physical features are very easy to notice because of the male's exceptionally large nose, or proboscis, which can reach lengths exceeding 4 inches and hangs lower than the mouth. There are theories suggesting that this interesting nasal feature may have evolved due to sexual selection by females, who prefer males with louder vocalizations, which are amplified by the size of the nose. Although the female's nose is smaller and more upturned, especially in younger individuals, it is still relatively large compared to other primates. Number 18. Naked mole rat. The naked mole rat has a complicated social structure rarely seen in mammals. It also has the ability to thrive in its harsh underground environment because of its unique physiological and behavioral traits. These traits include its ability to regulate its body temperature in a way that is typical of cold-blooded animals. It is characterized by a division of labor between reproductive and non-reproductive castes, and this is a trait that is rarely seen in mammals and is only shared by the naked mole rat and its close relative, the Damaraland mole rat. This unique combination of traits allows the naked mole rat to achieve eusociality, which is the highest level of sociality in mammals. The naked mole rat has a unique set of physical and biological characteristics that allow it to thrive in its subterranean environment. It has an insensitivity to pain in its skin, extremely low metabolic and respiratory rates, impressive longevity, and a high resistance to cancer and oxygen deprivation. This makes it perfectly adapted to its underground lifestyle. But it can't see as well as you'd think because of its small eyes. Its legs are short and thin, yet it is highly skilled at going through underground tunnels. It can move backward with the same speed and agility as it can move forward. It uses its large protruding teeth and powerful jaw muscles to dig. Its sealed lips prevent soil from entering its mouth while digging. Its wrinkled, hairless skin is pinkish or yellowish and lacks an insulating layer, but is well suited to its underground existence. Number 17. Star-nosed mole. The star-nosed mole's distinctive facial feature, often mistaken for a nose, is actually a highly specialized sensory organ. This organ comprises 22 flexible, fleshy tentacles, or rays, that function like an eye. These rays possess an extraordinary density of sensory receptors, with over 25,000 Eimer's organs and more than 100,000 nerve fibers. This makes them the most sensitive tactile structures found in any mammal, far surpassing the sensitivity of human hands. The rays compensate for the mole's limited visual acuity as they ceaselessly move and explore their surroundings to discern edible prey from non-food items. Additional sensitive whiskers on the head and front feet are used as supplementary feelers, both for foraging and going through dark subterranean tunnels. Star-nosed moles are widely distributed across eastern North America, inhabiting low-lying areas with moist soil. They are one of 3 mole species found in Pennsylvania, preferring wetland habitats adjacent to streams, lakes, and swamps. The soft and moist soil in these areas facilitates the construction of tunnels and underground chambers. The moles excavate these tunnels with ease, thanks to their specialized physical features, including a short neck, powerful shoulders, and heavy claws. They use a network of tunnels, with shallower ones as temporary pathways for foraging and travel. The star-nosed moles are notorious for their demanding appetite, consuming over 50% of their body weight daily. This earns them a Guinness World Record as the fastest-eating mammal. Number 16. Red-mouthed batfish. This special kind of fish is found in the waters around the Galapagos Islands. It has arms and legs like a frog, a bright red face, and a special part that hangs down to catch food. These features make it different from all other fish, and it's an amazing sight to see. People who have seen it in person can tell you how unique it is. Other animals that only live in the Galapagos include the marine iguana, giant tortoise, and Galapagos penguin. The fish's scientific name, Augocephalus darwini, was named after the famous scientist Charles Darwin. Darwin came up with his important idea about evolution after studying the animals in the Galapagos. Red-lipped batfish usually live in water 30 to 60 feet deep, but sometimes they can be found much deeper, up to 400 feet down. They like to hang out on the ocean floor, where the sand or rocks help them hide. These fish are part of a group of about 60 different species that have special fins that look like legs. Even though they can swim, they often move around by walking on the ocean floor, using their fin legs to push themselves forward one step at a time. If they need to swim, they can tuck their front fins under their body and wiggle their back fins and tail back and forth to move through the water. which looks a bit awkward, to be honest. Number 15. Okapi. The okapi, a wild animal that only lives in the Ituri rainforest in Central Africa, has a designated home at the Maryland Zoo, where visitors can see a male okapi up close in the African Journey exhibit, right near the giraffes. Amazingly, the okapi has a lot of similarities to its very tall cousin, the giraffe. They both have hooves with 2 toes and small horns covered in skin, and very long necks. The differences, however, are that the giraffe's neck is the longest, and their skulls are almost identical, just different in size. The most interesting feature is that both have extremely long, flexible tongues that are perfect for grabbing leaves. The okapi's tongue is so long that it can even reach its own ears, which is a very unique ability that only a few mammals have. Number 14. Soft-shelled turtle. Existing in about 30 different species, this type of turtle is called the soft-shell turtle, because they all have a special shell that's flattened and doesn't have the usual big scales like most turtles do. In place of the big scales, their shell is made up of bones that are arranged in a way that's different from other turtles, and it's also really flexible. Soft-shell turtles have long necks and heads that are shaped like a snorkel, with their nostrils at the very tip, which lets them breathe while they're mostly buried in mud, sand, or shallow water. They like to lie there and then quickly pop their heads up to grab food, and they're actually pretty good at catching prey, because they're really good swimmers. Even though they look a bit weird, their flat shape actually helps them move through the water really efficiently. Soft-shell turtles use all 4 of their limbs to move through the water, with their front and back feet being connected by strong webs that help them propel themselves quickly. When it comes to laying eggs, soft shells can have a really small number, like just 2, which is often the case for younger females of certain species, or a really large number, like over 100, which is more common for bigger species. The time it takes for the babies to develop inside the eggs can vary greatly, from as short as a month to as long as almost a year, depending on the specific species and the conditions of the nest. Soft shells use their back legs to dig holes in soft soil, usually near water, to lay their eggs and keep them safe. Number 13. Giant spider crab. Japanese spider crabs may look like creatures from an old science fiction movie, but despite their intimidating appearance, they are actually gentle and harmless. These crabs are truly massive, with a span of up to 12.5 feet from one claw to the other, making them the largest of all 60,000 crustacean species and one of the largest animals without a backbone. They have a hard outer shell, 10 long legs, and distinctive spines around their eyes. Japanese spider crabs live in the Pacific Ocean near Japan and Taiwan, at depths ranging from 164 to 1,640 feet, where the water is quite cold, around 50 degrees. Their mottled orange and white bodies, cream-colored bellies, and spiny shells help them blend in with the rocky ocean floor. The round shape of their shells and their long legs give them a spider-like appearance, which is how they got their name. Male crabs are larger than females and have bigger claws, while females have wider bodies to carry their eggs. Number 12. Lesser hedgehog. The lesser Madagascar. Hedgehog tenrec is a small animal, measuring about 5 to 7 inches in length, with a long, pointed nose and whiskers, and while its hearing and sense of smell are very keen, its eyesight is not as strong. Its body is covered in sharp, protective spines that lie flat until it feels threatened, at which point it uses a special muscle to raise it for defense. When it feels unsafe, the tenrec curls up into a ball, lifting its spines to protect its soft underside. During the colder months, the tenrec goes into a state of torpor, a type of deep sleep, to conserve energy during which its body temperature drops and its heart rate slows down. Number 11. shoe-billed stork. The shoebill's name comes from its unique bill shape, which resembles a traditional Dutch shoe called a clog. But scientists who first discovered the bird also thought its bill looked like a whale's head. So they gave it the scientific name Balaniceps rex, meaning king with a whale-like head. Some people also call shoebills boatbills, bog birds, or swamp kings. These birds are known for standing completely still, like statues, and staring intensely into the water for hours, rarely blinking, with eyes that can be golden, green, or blue, and seem to bore into whatever they're looking at. A gaze so intense it's been called the death stare, but it's actually a useful tool that helps them catch the best prey when it comes along, thanks to their extraordinary ability to focus. At first glance, the shoebill's height can be a shock. It can grow up to 5 feet tall, just inches shorter than an average person. So if you stood beside one, it could almost meet your gaze. Add to that its massive wingspan of nearly 8 feet, and it's no wonder shoebills have a fearsome reputation. While they have a very large size, they are surprisingly light, weighing only up to 16 pounds, and they are capable of flight, although they flap their wings at a slow rate of about 150 times per minute. Their distinctive bill, which can be up to 9 inches long and 4 inches wide, might make them appear a bit awkward, but don't be deceived. That bill is a powerful weapon, used to scoop up large fish, impale them with the sharp hook at the tip, and behead them with razor-sharp edges before swallowing them whole. Number 10. Platypus.
It's venomous. It has the sixth sense, and it looks like it's borrowed all of its body parts from different animals.
Platypuses typically live alone, dividing their time between searching for food at the bottom of rivers, streams, and lakes, and resting in cozy burrows dug into the riverbanks. They have lots of energy and spend most of their time in the water searching for food, using their flat bills to dig through the stream bed and find insects and freshwater animals to eat. The platypus has an uncommon way of finding its food, using a built-in system that can detect tiny electrical signals coming from the muscles of the animals it wants to eat. After a long day of eating, the platypus returns to its burrow, which is just big enough for it to squeeze through, and this helps to remove extra water from its fur before it settles in to rest. The platypus has some unusual features in its skeleton, including a strong and ancient-style shoulder blade and a short, wide upper arm bone that provides a lot of space for muscles to attach, making its front legs extremely powerful. The bill of the platypus is covered in soft, sensitive skin on the outside, but inside, it doesn't have regular teeth like most animals do. Instead, it has flat, hard patches of gum tissue. Male platypuses also have a special spur on the inside of each ankle that is connected to a gland that produces venom, which they can use to defend themselves. This venom is strong enough to kill small animals and cause a lot of pain in humans if it enters the skin through the spur. Number 9. Purple frog of India. The purple frog, also called the pig-nose frog, was first found in October 2003 in Kerala, India, by 2 scientists, South Dakota, Biju and Frankie Bossuet, from India and Belgium, respectively. This frog is only found in the Western Ghats in India and was overlooked until recently because it spends most of the year underground, only coming out for 2 to 3 weeks during the monsoon season to mate. This discovery has been recognized by biogeographers worldwide as one of the rarest and most significant discoveries in a century. The purple frog has a distinctive appearance, with a plump body, short legs, and a dark purple to grayish color, reaching about 7 centimeters in length, with a small head and pointed snout. Its strong forelimbs with hard palms allow it to dig underground, but its short hind legs prevent it from jumping, so it moves around with long strides. Unlike other frogs, it relies heavily on its sense of smell to hunt for soil termites underground. Number 8. Bubblefish, or blobfish. The blobfish is a really weird creature that lives way down in the ocean, and it's extremely different from most other animals. It has a soft, squishy body that's kind of like a pink blob, and it doesn't have any muscles at all, so it just floats around wherever the currents take it. Even though it has a head, body, and tail like most animals, what makes it different is that it doesn't have a single bone in its body. Instead, it's made up of a special kind of gel that's lighter than water, which means it can float around easily. The blobfish lives in incredibly deep water, where the pressure is super high and the temperature is almost freezing. But it has a special sac in its body that's filled with gas, which helps it stay afloat. Unlike most fish, it doesn't have a special organ called a swim bladder that helps it swim. So instead, it just drifts along and eats whatever tiny bits of food it can find. While its strange look isn't very appealing, the blobfish has become a beloved internet joke, with people finding its squishy body and constantly sad face absolutely hilarious. However, it is important to keep in mind that the blobfish is a creature that inhabits a very challenging environment, and it has developed unique adaptations to survive in its deep-sea home. The blobfish plays a vital role in the ocean's ecosystem, and scientists have been studying it since its discovery in 2003 to learn more about its behavior and habitat. They have found that the blobfish lives in deep waters all around the world and is a major part of the ocean's food chain. Number 7. Barrel-eye fish. The Pacific barrel-eye fish is one of the strangest fish in the ocean, with a see-through head that allows it to see. Living in the dark depths of the northern Pacific Ocean, up to 1 kilometer down, this small fish has adapted to survive in a world with very little light. It has a special talent for stealing food from jellyfish, tracking them by their shadows or faint glow. The barrel-eye's transparent skull and skin on its head and face don't make it smarter, but they do help it see more clearly. Its eyes are actually inside its head, protected by a special shield, making it the only animal with this feature. These tube-shaped eyes act like binoculars, giving the fish a sharp focus on small details and helping it spot the glow of bioluminescent creatures in the dark. With its special eyes, the barrel-eye can carefully pick food from the tentacles of jellyfish, and its fragile eyes are protected from damage by their shield. Number 6. Goblin shark.
Until they attack.
Goblin sharks are a type of fish that typically inhabit the ocean floor along the edges of continents, growing up to 12 feet in length and weighing as much as 460 pounds, with a distinctive pink color, narrow snouts, and sharp, fang-like teeth. Mainly found off the coast of Japan, they are named after the mythical goblins of Japanese folklore. One of the most fascinating features of goblin sharks is their unique feeding system, where their top and bottom teeth are connected to flexible ligaments that can be extended out of their mouth to catch prey that is just out of reach, allowing them to feed on fish and squid, making them a truly remarkable and impressive creature. Number 5. Ant-eating pig. Aardvarks, also known as ant-eating pigs, are nighttime animals that use their long noses and strong sense of smell to find ants and termites, which they catch with their sticky tongues, similar to anteaters. These insects are the main food source for aardvarks, although they sometimes eat beetle larvae too. Aardvarks use their big, strong claws to break into termite hills and dig underground tunnels where they sleep and take care of their babies. When they leave these tunnels, which can have many entrances, other animals like reptiles, frogs, mammals, and birds move in and use them as their own homes. So the tunnels get reused and are very important for many creatures. Number 4. Hagfish. Like you just saw, the hagfish has a trick up its sleeve to escape the teeth of predators. They live in the ocean, where they hunt and scavenge for food, and can protect themselves from bigger predators by releasing a lot of slime from special glands in their skin. Hagfish are also unique because have a skull but no backbone, although they do have some basic vertebrae. Hagfish have long, eel-like bodies and tails that are shaped like paddles, and their skin is soft and loose, covering their body like a sock, usually in shades of pink, but sometimes blue-gray, and occasionally with black or white spots, and they have skulls made of cartilage and tooth-like structures made of keratin, which is a type of protein. Number 3. Deathstalker scorpion. In the Middle Eastern deserts, a tiny but deadly creature lurks in small crevices, hiding from the scorching sun during the day and emerging at night to ambush its prey. The Deathstalker scorpion is one of the most venomous in the world, capable of killing a human with a single sting, making it a formidable hunter and a powerful defender against predators, no matter how large, including humans. Its venom works quickly to immobilize its prey and can also be used to defend itself against attackers. And its hairy legs are equipped with special organs called pectins that detect even the slightest vibrations in the sand, allowing it to sense the presence and proximity of other creatures. Number 2. Thorny devil. Although it has quite an intimidating name and the Latin species name horridus, which actually means bristly, the thorny devil is a harmless and slow-moving anteater that is active during the day and grows up to 20 centimeters in length. It has a unique appearance, covered in thorny spines and featuring a fake head on the back of its neck, which is thought to deter predators. Also known as devils, these creatures can change color to blend in with their surroundings, appearing in shades of gray, red, orange, or yellow. What's interesting is have a special way of collecting water, where dew condenses on their bodies at night, and they then brush against wet grass in the morning, channeling the water to their mouths through special grooves on their scales that attract moisture. And this same process occurs when it rains. Number 1. Fennec foxes. Although they look cute, their sound definitely isn't. Besides that, fennec foxes have incredibly sharp hearing that helps them find food underground, and their huge ears, which are usually 4 to 6 inches long, also help them stay cool on hot days by releasing extra body heat. These amazing foxes are the only meat eaters in the Sahara Desert that can survive without having access to free water, and their kidneys are specially designed to save water, getting moisture from their food and the dew in their dens instead. Fennec foxes can even have 2 litters of babies in 1 year if the first litter doesn't survive, and there's plenty of food, which is very rare among their animal family. Usually, they have 2 to 5 babies per litter, and their thick fur keeps them warm on cold desert nights and reflects heat during the day, while also helping them blend in with their sandy surroundings. Even the soles of their feet are covered in thick fur, which protects them from the hot sand and gives them great grip in the loose desert soil. Do you hope to see any of these strange creatures soon? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed watching this video, our show, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next updates. Also, Click the next video on your screen to enjoy more exciting content.